So you got to hear this. This is for the sons. The first set of people that come to you are almost always going to be people in darkness. And darkness is not always evil. Darkness could be chaos. Darkness could be trauma, misguided purpose, identity crisis, broken thinking. It could be a misconstrued perspective of life. Confusion. It's not because you're any better, but because light is always pointed towards darkness. Light is strategically positioned. Ye are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. That's not a church language, and that's not a compliment. What this literally means, what this simply means is this: when you are not present, darkness remains unchanged. Darkness will remain unchallenged. Darkness will remain dormant. Darkness will prevail when you are not present. And sometimes darkness could also be pain. Ye are the salt of the earth. That's a verse before 14. This isn't poetry. Salt preserves, which means decay slows down when you are present. This means families don't fall apart that fast when you are present. Systems don't rot unchecked when you are present. And this is very interesting because life becomes meaningful when you are present. Hope doesn't feel like a theory. Purpose becomes practical. Now here's the interesting part. Salt creates thirst. So when you have plenty salt in a meal, you become dehydrated. You want to have fluids, you want to have some water. When you are present, people start asking questions they would never ask before. Not because you have preached, but because your presence disturbed their normal way of thinking. So there's a quest, there's a thirst to want to know more. There's a quest to want to understand more. Here's the part many people don't know. If you remove salt, decay speeds up fast. So this is the reason why your presence matters. You don't have to shout to make a difference. You just have to be present and be truthful. If people misunderstand you, if your presence exposes things and makes things uncomfortable, if systems react to you, that isn't failure. That is function. Light doesn't ask for permission to shine. Salt doesn't ask permission to preserve. When you walk into a space and things start shifting, tension rises, that's not coincidence. That's light doing what light does. And that's why some people are drawn to you, whereas some resent you. And this isn't because of your personality, but because your presence reveals hidden places and reveals hidden things. You don't have to shout to be effective. Again, this is for the sons. You were not sent to argue with darkness. If the system reacts to you, if people misunderstand you, if your presence exposes things, that's not failure, that's function.